Okay, I'm getting a couple of, okay, the first thing I'm getting is this word's just popping right into my head before I say anything or look at anything. The word clean, cleansing, cleaning. I don't know if you've been cleaning up your house, cleaning up your diet, maybe you're doing clean eating. There's some kind of cleansing that's been going on with you. It could be any kind, could be spiritual cleansing, but there's something like that that's been happening around you. I think it's happened already. You might still be in that process. So maybe I'll find out a little bit more about that later, but that's the first thing that was popping into my head right away. Cleaning, cleansing. So yeah, with this Nine of Wands, with this poor man here, there's lots of tiredness around you right now as well. It's this kind of weary feeling, if that's you. It's like, oh, I'm just tired, I can't concentrate. And you can see this man in the Nine of Wands, obviously, he's coming forward, you can see that. But he's really tired because he's a soldier, he's been in a battle. And, he's got this bandage around his head. So, and, if you've been in an injury, you can only go as far as your injury will take you. And if you look at him, he's leaning on this wand, so he's trying to walk forward, but he's struggling to do that. So, yeah, I'm getting something for someone here with this. Yeah, it goes all the way back to last year, I think. It might be around the middle of the year, maybe. Maybe middle of the year, I think, something like that. Yeah, this is what I'm getting for you at that time. Sometime last year, it might not be the middle, but it was sometime around in the middle of last year or something. So it's like, yeah, I can't move. I want to come forward like this man. I want to do that, but I can't do my everyday things, my routine. I cannot move. I'm getting that clearly for someone. I don't know if it was an illness. I don't know if you broke a bone or something. Something happened to someone who's listening to this at around that time. But I don't think that was what really hit you, because I'm getting some kind of very big emotional hit that happened to someone on top of that. So it was like a double hit. That's what I'm getting for someone around that time. Big emotional hit. So it's like you're really very stuck where you were. I'm getting this really paralyzed feeling. I'm really getting that awful feeling. And it just feels like that's how you were, and so you're paralyzed, or you felt that way, and then this big emotional thing made you feel even more like that for someone here. So you're out of that now, because I'm getting you back into a normal routine now. It's like, okay, I got myself out of that slowly, now I'm back to normal. I'm kind of getting that. So you're over that. So if you're going through all this kind of tiredness, because I'm getting this, oh, I can't sleep, but I can't be awake either. When I want to sleep, I can't. When I need to wake up, I can't. Maybe you're drinking lots of coffee, trying to stay awake, all that kind of thing. So I think if that's you, and if that was resonating with you, what happened last year, what I'm getting here, it might be that it's the aftermath of what happened at that time. Because sometimes, when... Yeah, I think what I'm getting is you had that tower moment. Now, obviously, the tower's not here, so you're not in that moment anymore. You've gotten past that. But sometimes when you get the tower, when the tower falls down, you get that kind of, those aftershocks, that kind of aftermath that comes after the tower. And it can go on for a long time. And you can get emotional aftershocks as well from something that happened. So I think that might be what's happening for you, if that's you. But what I'm getting is, it's like, I'm actually getting words here. So, yeah. So it's like you were really down. You were really, you couldn't move. You kind of had that paralyzed feeling. And then you saw these words. This is what I'm getting very clearly. You saw these words come in, and that gave you an even more emotional shock. So, yeah, you've gotten over the worst of that. And if you can get over the tower, you can get over everything. So you've gotten over the worst of that. It's just this little aftershock, if that's you. So you might even get a few more. So if you get that tiredness, that's I think that's what it is. I think that might be what it is. If not, you go and see someone. Go and see a medical professional, obviously, if you're tired, if you can't sleep, because it's an awful thing to happen if you can't sleep. Really horrible. But yeah, what I'm betting is, I think if that was you, I think going through all that time, I think it showed you who to have around you and who not to have around you. Because if you look at this lobster in the moon card, he's rising up out of the dark, he's rising up out of the water. And you can see this dog and this wolf next to him, kind of talking and chattering, so it feels a bit like gossip. So I think what happened was you realised who was there for you and who wasn't there for you. And I think what happened was you cleansed a lot of these people out of your life. That's where I'm getting this cleansing, I think. Yeah, it makes me think of that quote. What's that quote? It's on my Instagram somewhere. It's something like, it's something like this. Only people who truly care about you can hear you when you're quiet. So I think, you're by yourself, you went into that quiet mode, you hurt yourself physically, or something happened like that, if that's you, and then you had that huge shock on top of that, and then you went really quiet. Because you wouldn't physically or even emotionally even think about contacting anyone. That's how you are. And so the ones that contacted you, the ones that took their time out of their day, I think you realised they were the people that were right to be around you, but you cleansed yourself from the others. That's what I'm getting for someone there. And you needed that. I think all this last year for you was about that. It was about that cleansing. Very painful process, and it always is like that, but I think it was a really good process for you to go through, actually. Because what's happening this year for you, this is what I'm getting. I'm looking in the middle here, and I should be looking in this column, but my eye can't help it. It's going over to the middle. And you've got the Ace of Wands, action card, I'm doing things. You've got the Fool, I don't care, I'm just going to go ahead and do this. So I think that's why you were cleansing from these unwanted things, unwanted people who are going to hold you back, things that were going to be a problem for you. You were doing that so that you can take action on something. And you need your head clear, you need everything to be clear so you can do that. So that's what I think is coming up for you. Lots of action coming up for you this year. That's what this year is about. Last year was about cleansing, learning who was right, who was wrong, learning other things as well, like a training process for what's going to happen to you this year. Yeah, I'm getting a phone. This is what I'm getting. A phone with lots of images. So it's like you screenshot lots of images. Someone here does this. And so if you looked at your phone right now, you probably had lots of random images. And they seem to be random to a lot of people. But if you look through those images now, if that's you, what you'll see is it's a pathway to how you'd like your life to be. So it's like, I want to be wearing these clothes, or it might be, I want to be in this place, I want to be eating this food, I want to be experiencing this thing, whatever it is. And so if you look through your phone, I think what you do is you'll find that pathway to where you want to be in your life. And now that you've cleansed all those people out and the wrong things in your life, I think what's going to happen this year is, if this is you, if that's you with your phone, it's a ticking off process. I think what's going to happen is you're going to work out how to do a lot of these things. Now, if it's travel, obviously that might not happen with the climate that we're in right now. But I think mostly, pretty much, I think you're going to tick off a lot of these things if that's you with your phone. So, and the other thing I'm getting is lots and lots of creativity. Lots of creativity, lots of inventiveness for someone. Someone's got a very inventive mind, and Pisces are like that. But there's something specific here that you might have been thinking about that you want to invent or create. That's what I'm getting. This is the year for you to do that. This is the year for you to do that. That's what I'm getting for someone. Just be a bit careful, especially if you're creating something or that's what you're about to do. Just be a little bit careful with the advice, people you listen to. Because again, if you look at this lobster on the moon card, he's heading up this path, and it's a beautiful golden path. That's your path you're going on. And it's his path alone. That's the other thing you've got to remember. But he has to go past, again, he's going past this dog and this wolf, this horrible dog and this wolf. So just remember that, you don't want to listen to what everyone has to say. People are going to give you lots of advice. And I think you've had that all your life, actually. Yeah, because I think for you, you can come across as being this quite kind of dreamy person, this quiet person with all these dreams and all that kind of thing. And, the moon card can be about dreams, obviously, because it's the moon, it's nighttime, has all that imagery there. So people see you like that. Some people see you like that anyway. And what happens is they try and give you all this advice. And when they do that, a lot of the time, they're trying to bring you back down to earth. You're trying to go up in the sky. You're trying to dream. You're trying to think about all these things you want to do. And that's what the creative process is like that. It's not of the earth. It's of your dreams. It's of your imagination. But people who don't understand that, they try and bring you down to earth. And when you're down to earth, if this is you, it feels like drowning. You don't like that. You want to come out of that. You want to follow your path. So I think what's coming up for you is you've got lots of these people that are going to try and give you lots of advice, bring you back down to earth, especially if you're going to invent something or create something very, very different, very unusual. I'm seeing that for someone. So yeah, put your fingers in your ears. Put your fingers in your ears if that's you. Don't listen to any of that. Don't let anything throw you off your path or bring you down. This is a really important year for you if that's you. So yeah. And the other thing is you've had this all your life, I think. You've had people give you unwanted advice, telling you what to do, seeing you as someone who's a little bit naive, a little bit dreamy, like that. Now's the time to cleanse yourself of that kind of advice, if that's you. So here's that cleansing coming in again. Okay. All right, I'm just looking at this Three of Swords here. Okay, how do I say this? Right, I don't want to say this because you're on this really nice path, this really positive path now. But I have to say this, it's here, I have to say this. Yeah, I think someone made the wrong decision, or that's how they feel. They feel like they made the wrong decision. Okay, yeah, there's someone from your past here. And yeah, there's a quick decision. Someone made a really quick decision. And they went off and they went with that. They felt like, right, I've made this decision now. I can't go back. I have to move forward. This is what someone did. This is someone you were with for a long time, a very long time. And yeah, you knew every part of them, what you thought you did until they made this decision. And again, snap decision, fast decision. And what I'm getting is, whoever this is, they regret this decision. They really regret that decision to the point where they're feeling like this Three of Swords here. I think this is an ex of yours, actually. And yeah, I'm looking at this Moon card again. I'm just going up and down from this Three of Swords to the Moon card. And yeah, it feels like someone was in their ear, talking to them, trying to persuade them when they made this decision. And yet the result of whatever happened was a breakup between you, I think. And yeah, to you, I think, to look at them now, and to a lot of other people as well, I think they seem really happy, actually. You know, that they look like they've got it all, actually, but their insides don't reflect what's happening on the outside. Their insides are like this Three of Swords. Yeah, you'd never know that. You would never know that to look at them. You know, they might be smiling, they might be on social media, doing lots of nice pictures and all that kind of thing, but actually they're very, very down. They're not feeling stable. Yeah, this is what I'm getting, stability. So yeah, when they're around you, or when they're with you, I should say, that's how they felt. They felt stable. And yeah, they had that stability around them. They missed that about you, and now they don't have that. They've got the opposite. They feel the opposite now. Because if you look at these Three of Swords, you look at these three swords here on the Three of Swords, they're all pointing down toward the ground, toward the earth, the stability. That's what the earth's a symbol of, stability, obviously. And when they were with you, especially in the end, especially in the last days, they wanted to escape that. They felt as if, no, I don't want that stability. I want to get out of that. It's a trap. I want to leave that. That's what they had. And also they had this other person in their ear trying to tell them, oh, you're trapped. You don't want to be where you are. You want to escape. You don't want to be that. So it's a combination of this other person and them. They're responsible for themselves. That's what then made them flee and fly away from you. This is what I'm getting. But now they're realizing what they fled, that's what they truly want all along. That's what I'm getting there in this card. So yeah, there's lots of drama around them as well, lots of instability. Yeah, I'm getting that phrase, be careful what you wish for, actually. That's what they really should have done. But yeah, yeah, if you know who this is, if this is an ex of yours, I just want you to know that's how they're feeling. And yeah, again, they look fine, they look happy, but this is what's on the inside. This is what's on the inside of this person. So, okay. All right, so the first card you've got for your presence, this Page of Pentacles. Yeah, I love this page. I love this page. Very sensitive. Again, very creative page. This is you. This is you. Sensitive, caring and creative, and very kind of dreamy. He can be very dreamy. He's looking at this coin. He's thinking, oh, I want to do this. So yeah, okay, so there are a few different things here. Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to make sense of them for you because I'm getting lots of things. Yeah, so the first thing is with this dreamy page, so there's this inventive thing here for someone. Someone's inventing something. I know this is quite specific, but I really have to say this for someone. It's very important. So if that's you, if you're inventing something, if you've got something creative you're trying to put out into the world, something very, very different. It's like it's something in your head and it has to come out. This has to come out at some time. Yet no one's seen anything like this. No one has seen anything like this in the world, whatever this is. This is what I'm getting. So yeah, with this dreamy page, what I'm getting with that is just be very careful of sharing what's in your head right now, because it's what I'm getting is it's too big. It's just too big. It's too different, and a lot of people around you right now, they're just not going to understand what's in your head. And I've seen a little bit of that before, I think, with this kind of keep your ears closed, don't listen to a lot of the advice. And yeah, I think you're going to have to keep your mouth closed as well. I know that's quite blunt, but that's what I'm getting. Don't start telling people about this, because I think if you start explaining this to people, yeah, even people who are close to you, people you love, they've got your best interests at heart. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with them, but they're not going to understand you. They're not going to understand you. And again, if they give you advice, it's going to be based on their limited experience. And, you know, a lot of these people just don't have, I know this is going to sound a bit snooty, but they don't have the imagination that you've got. They don't have what you've got inside them. You're very different. And so even if what they've got to say is well-meaning, I think, you know, it might feel a bit pedestrian to you because they've got this limited view. They've got the view of the earth and you've got the view of the sky. The sky is the limit for you. Your imagination is limitless. It's up in the sky. It's endless. But for these people, it's down on the earth. They can only imagine what they can see. They can't imagine what they can't see. This is what I'm getting for a lot of people around you. So, you know, if you start talking about this, if you start opening your mouth, you're going to get lots of people coming up to you and saying, well, not coming up to you, but they'll be saying, oh, well, oh, so is that like this thing over here that I've seen? Or is that like that thing over there that I've seen? No, it's not like any of those things. This is a totally new thing, and they're not going to understand that. So try not to get into that mode of explaining yourself, talking about this thing to people, because you're going to get into that, or you might get into that mode of where you've been before as a child, I think. As a child, when you've tried to explain your creative ideas before, it's this feeling of, oh, no one understands me. No one understands what I'm talking about. And then, you know, you go into this mode of, oh, am I dreaming? Maybe I'm just a dreamer. Maybe I can't do this. Maybe this isn't going to happen. Don't start going down that road. It's a good thing that you're different from these people. It is a good thing. So just keep the things to yourself. And I really, really hope that makes sense to someone, because it's someone's about to, you know, invent something quite big here or do something quite different and quite creative here. And so if that's you, if you're inventing something or you're creating something totally different, yeah, you're the kind of person we need on this earth. We need you in this planet. You enrich the earth. You enrich people's lives with your inventions and with your imagination. And if it wasn't for people like you, if it wasn't for dreamy people, the kind of people that everyone tries to bring back down to earth, you know, you wouldn't have YouTube. You wouldn't have a camera that I'm filming this on. You wouldn't have tarot cards. You wouldn't have anything. Someone had to imagine all those things, and then they had to invent them, and then they had to make them, and here they are. So what I'm trying to do is, I know I'm going off, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to encourage you to keep going, even if you're totally alone. It's absolutely worth doing. Lots of people were on their own. Einstein was on his own. Lots and lots of people that invented amazing things were on their own. Doesn't mean you're going to be on your own forever, but you're going to have to be on your own with these ideas until you get them out. And when you get them out, people are going to see them and they'll say, oh, I see that now. It's a bit like, I'm jumping ahead of myself, but if you look right down the bottom on the right, you've got the judgment card. And all these people are jumping out of their boxes. And it's like, oh, I see them now. I couldn't see them before because they were inside the boxes. Now I can see them. It's that kind of thing. A lot of people without imagination, they only recognize what they can see. They can't recognize any imagination. So, that's kind of what you're dealing with. So I hope that makes sense to someone there. I really, really want to encourage someone here.